Rollin', 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 all the way to Collingwood. Special thanks to Gypsy Wind Coaches for allowing me to drive the bus, Culinary Tourism Alliance for keeping it local.
Get out of my seat.
Ah, man, busted again. What do gondola rides, roller coaster rides have to do with cooking? Well, you're gonna have to stay tuned. We get to meet a great mayor, a fantastic chef, and a most spectacular view ever. Won't you join me? We're here downtown Collingwood because, you know, I just love this spot. A good friend of mine, Dave Steele, has the hockey team here, and Mayor B is here. Yep. And I just wanted to share about, you know, how COVID's affected your town. And also, you have such a vibrant downtown anyways. So
we do. We have a great historic downtown, and I think for the most part, we've come through the COVID crisis to date quite well. From our budgetary numbers, we weren't as far behind as we thought we'd be. We were one of the first municipalities to close our municipal buildings and municipal facilities, and we're getting those reopened. We did have an economic support and recovery task force that came back with 35 recommendations to Town Hall, and we've been operating on those recommendations, adopting many of them. And some of them have affected our downtown core with expanded patios for our restaurants. Not only can they have patios on our sidewalks, which are a generous 18 feet in width.
I see that.
But we also have allowed them to go into the parking spots in front of or adjacent to the store. So a number of our restaurants have taken advantage of that. And Caesar Bar up on the corner there has expanded into the side parking. So it's been a real benefit for them when they were only able to be open on the patios. And now that they've got the indoors open, they can augment the size.
100%, and you know, if you get a chance, you definitely got to come to Collingwood and go to Caesars, because the Caesars are truly really good there. But the other thing too, you were mentioning when we were just talking beforehand, is that when COVID hit, you made that you wanted your town to stay here, or if you had a property here, that come in and don't go, right? And do you think that helped a little bit?
I think it did. You know, when we have a multi-dimensional economy, but certainly tourism is part of that, and our seasonal residents are very important to that part of our economic puzzle. So we have about 22,000 full-time residents right now, and 6,000 to 7,000 seasonal. So when the lockdown first came, the message to our locals was stay here, and the message to our seasonal residents is if you want to come here, we're welcome to come here and stay here full-time.
So you mentioned 22,000 people right now, but I know that you guys are growing, because you used to be considered like maybe a summer-winter destination, right?
Yes.
And now you're the four-season, for lack of a better word, resort area to come to.
Absolutely. We are a growth node under the provincial growth policies, and our population is slated to grow by about 50%, so from 22,000 to over 33,000 in the next 12 years. And we are seeing the impacts of that growth throughout the community, but we're very geared to protecting our natural amenities. We are here tucked between the base of the Niagara Escarpment on the southern shores of Georgian Bay, and I like to compare us to an Oreo. We've got Blue Mountains with all the skiing on the one side, and Wasaga Beach with the largest freshwater beach in the world on the other side. So it's like an Oreo, and we're the nice creamy filling where everyone wants to be.
The other part to that too is, you know, you're probably getting a lot of influx in from people who live in the city, who want to get out of the city and, you know, have their families grow in a really cool area.
And that's how I came here in 2001. My wife and I moved here with our 3 sons, and it was the best decision we ever made. I think the COVID crisis and the idea of the infection and the pandemic has spurred people to look at moving out of the cities. We've gotten used to telecommuting,
Yep.
And so now there are opportunities that didn't maybe exist before. So we're seeing even increased growth pressures on our local real estate market right now.
Okay, the number one part that when you come to Collingwood, what do I have to see?
Oh, there's too many things you have to see. I could give you a week-long itinerary, but we've got 2 brew pubs, 2 breweries, we've got 3 distilleries, we've got incredible restaurants and coffee houses up and down here, as well as some great retail. And as well, we've got one of the biggest trail systems for a community our size, 60 kilometers of trail. We're promoting active transportation, and we're working on our waterfront master plan, which just increases the trails as you get out in paddle boats and kayaks on the water. We have something for everyone. And so we certainly invite all visitors.
Mayor, thank you for taking the time today. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Chef D. My pleasure.
We'll talk to you again.
Okay.
So I've been wanting to bring you up to all these great places, and we're on top of the mountain. And normally when I'm in Blue Mountain, I'm in layers and actually have long pants on skiing down the hill. But we're up here with Chef Rod. Rod, welcome.
Thank you very much.
But before we get started, I brought some great, I thought something, maybe a blush wine, because it's going to be a hot day and we both know that.
Yes,
so
sir.
I thought we'd get started with a little bit of my friends from Featherstone.
Excellent. Thank you, Chef.
Do that in a socially distanced way. Cheers to a great
Cheers.
show. How good's that?
Lovely. Lovely on a day like today.
So, here at Blue Mountain, again with COVID and all the changes and everything like that, you have a new idea to do, because you have condos that have kitchens in it, and you have a box program, as I like to refer to it as.
Yes, so with everything that's going on with social distancing now, in order to help the guests be able to dine with a mild amount of comfort, we've developed meal kits. Again, it's not a new idea, but it's something that we would like to offer our guests to be able to stay safe in these times.
So what are you going to be making us today?
So today we're going to do a simple miso salmon dish.
Yep.
It's very simple, very flavorful.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, and you're going to get started with some rice first?
Excellent. Yes, Chef.
So Chef is just warming up his pan. Again, we just want to show that you don't have to be indoors to be cooking, that you can use your great Crown Verde grill, not only as your oven, but as your stove, and then again, keeping everything nice and cool, and away we go. So you put the butter in?
Butter and shallots,
Yeah.
Chef. Yep.
And I love hearing that sizzle right away, so you know you get a little bit of the sugar out of the onions.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna saute to jump
Yep,
for about 3 minutes,
yep.
just till it starts to brown slightly, and then we're gonna also toss our rice in there as well too.
And then when you do that, you're also opening up the flavor of the rice,
yes,
aren't you?
yes, yep, giving it a nice toasted feel to it as well.
So when COVID hit, that was like a kind of a really abrupt stop to the whole ski season, right?
To say the least. To say the least. We were just starting into our March break when the shutdown actually technically happened. Yeah.
So then now, have you brought back some more of the staff, or how does that work?
So most of our staff is back right now, with the exception of our seasonal full-time people, and they will be coming back online as we open more outlets.
And how many cooks and staff would you have at like a normal peak season?
In the peak season in the summertime, I could be running with about 40 chefs available to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot of responsibility.
It's a lot of responsibility, but it's a lot of fun because nobody organizes their chaos like I organize my chaos.
So we're going to quickly add the rice
Now
into
we're
it.
going to add the rice and just kind of give it a little toast again, just probably
Yep.
another 3 minutes on that, mixing everything around and together.
And then we're going to add our moisture, and we can either add some vegetable stock.
So we're going to use vegetable stock this time, Chef, only because water is good, but flavor is better.
It's 100%. And 2 to 1, remember, whenever you're cooking rice, 2 to 1, 1 cup rice, 2 cups liquid, and you're golden. And I just love that you're toasting the rice, because that really brings the flavor out.
Always, always. If you're going to cook, do a good job of it.
100%.
We're just going to wait for a little snap, crackle, and pop there.
Okay, so when we're going to put the liquid on, and then we're going to cook the rice for about 12 to 15 minutes.
Yo, check this out.
So, Chef, you have your marinated salmon in your miso glaze, right?
Yes.
And for you at home, the great thing about marinating fish is it's going to add some extra flavor. And what we're doing here is we've marinated it for half an hour. You don't want to go much more than an hour, do you?
No, Chef, no. You'd end up just deteriorating your fish and it would fall apart on you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're putting it on a parchment-lined baking sheet, and we're going to place it right on the grill. Perfect. Look how beautiful that salmon is.
Fresh Atlantic salmon.
Yep. On it goes. We have the grill probably about medium high, so we're between 450 and 500 degrees. Again, you want to keep it at that temperature. You don't want to go much higher than that. You don't want to overcook your fish. How's our rice doing?
Rice is coming to a simmer now, Chef.
Okay, perfect. And that's how we get it all together. So we're up here on the mountain with Chef Rod. Chef R? Can I refer to you as Chef R?
Chef Love, if you would be so kind.
So, your salmon, we've glazed it with
Yes.
a miso paste, about a half an hour in the marinade.
Yep.
And your rice is ready to come off?
Yes, sir.
And now what are you going to do with the pickles?
So the pickles are just part of the accoutrement or the accompaniment
Okay.
of the dish. Again, it's a nice cooling factor, a very crisp and very light thing, especially with a nice sweet and spicy like this miso, sweet and salty, sorry. But it's just, again, traditional Japanese style service.
Okay,
with it,
perfect. And your guests can get this in a box. They take it and they cook it in their own place,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, yeah. The only piece of work that they would have to take care of would be the marinating of the salmon and the slicing of the pickles and the
You
marinating
make it
of
really
those.
easy.
It shouldn't be hard.
I'm coming up, folks. Okay, so if you want to grab that off,
Excellent.
while you're doing that, I'm going to do some charcuterie boards, right? And we have some beautiful Blue Mountain boards here, but Chef, I might have brought something up a little bit bigger for you, okay?
Oh,
You know, go big or go home is my motto. So we have a little bit of a big charcuterie board here. Our good friends at Pillars, they do a really nice job of all different kinds of deli meats. So we're going to put a little bit of our salami on it. And then what I've done is we've made some pickles, and this is just a lightly pickled. We have some peppers for some nice beautiful color. That's looking really good, Chef. It smells amazing.
thank you, sir.
Our peppers are going on. We have some cheeses from our good friends at Bothwell. So we have our horseradish cheddar, our aged cheddar, a little bit of spice with a jalapeno. And of course we have some liverwurst, which kind of gives you that great rich texture. I have some shallots, pickled shallots. Look at, oh yeah. And then you're just gonna add some avocado for some color
Some
there.
avocado and some more smoothness as well, yes, Chef.
Just love avocados, that rich buttery flavor. Mm-hmm. We have some garlic scapes here. And with any kind of charcuterie board, just make it the way you like it. You know, choose the meats, choose the pickles, choose the cheese that you love, and your guests are going to love it as well. Okay, I'm going to share a chef's secret with you. Is, you know, you saw Chef with the cloth there. There's not all the time that we remember that cloth. We have the worst hands in the business, eh?
It's true.
A little bit of
It's
sesame
true.
seeds, a little bit of pickled ginger,
And just to
and
shine
then
it
of
up,
course the
Chef.
pickles. We're going to feature it with some Featherstone Rosé, fantastic wine to go with it. The pickles, the charcuterie board, up on a mountain. Chef, I can't thank you enough.
Thank you very much for joining us today.
I'll have to come back some other time, okay?
How's tomorrow?
Yo, check this out.
So I'm here with Melissa, coordinator of social media and sponsorship.
That is correct.
We're up here. It's absolutely gorgeous. The gondola's behind us, right?
Yep, this is our open air gondola. So in the summertime, you can ride it from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then in the winter, we swap it out, and this is actually where all of our chairlifts are.
Okay, cool. So again, kind of incorporating that whole four-season event that here at Blue Mountain it is.
Absolutely, we are a four-season destination. So spring, summer, winter, fall, there's something for everybody. And the gondola specifically in the summer and fall, you can't beat the views.
No, this is absolutely spectacular, absolutely spectacular. So I have to mention it, COVID
Yes.
comes right in March, right during March break.
Yes, we were just heading into the March break weekend, the first weekend of March break, when everything kind of had to shut down, unfortunately. But we take safety very seriously here, so we would never want to endanger our guests or our employees. So we've been following lots of the Ontario government guidelines, and we were able to start a soft opening again around June 14th. And then we were fully open by the July 1st long weekend to welcome guests back, obviously with reduced capacity and more safety measures in place. So as you walk around the village, you'll see lots of one-way signage. We have hand sanitizers everywhere. There are some attractions that you do need masks for this summer. But other than that, we are the same old fun Blue that you grew up knowing and love.
So you said different capacity, so like are you 40% of what you would normally be? Or?
Yeah, we're roughly around 40% capacity. So we just want to make sure that the guests that do come here feel safe, that we're able to physically distance on resort, and that everyone, like I said, can enjoy themselves, right? This year we're big on exploring your own backyard. So we're welcoming all of our the Toronto guests up because everyone's been locked down. They want to get out, they want to have fun, so we want to ensure that there is somewhere for them to go.
So then with the restaurants that we're going to be walking through in town,
Yes.
They all have patios and, right?
Yep, so most of our dining establishments all have patios that you can sit on and enjoy. They've been open for a few weeks now, and we've just started opening up the inside for dining as well, but masks are encouraged inside.
Perfect, perfect. So the other part to this is, staffing. So when I know this is in a normal summer, how many staff would you have running in the mountain?
Ooh, somewhere between 500 to 1,000, I would say.
Wow. And then in the winter, does it increase or kind of?
I would say it's quite similar. So in the summer we have 15 different attractions plus a private beach, and we need people there, right? And we are open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So that's a big fill. And then in the winter we have 4 attractions, but then we have all of Snow School. And I would say Snow School alone has a few hundred employees because we offer lessons all day long, Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sundays. Yeah.
Wow. So, right, I better tell the viewers what we're doing here. I'm eating some amazing ice cream on top of the mountain. So this is a local company,
yes,
right?
Yes, McFadden. So they locally make everything in Collingwood, and we brought it into the mountain last summer because we're big on supporting local, right?
100%.
We love our backyard, we love our community, so we do whatever we can to support them, and it is some of the best. I grew up being a Kawartha Dairy girl, moose tracks, delicious. But I'm a big fan of the coconut cream. It tastes like I'm on vacation 24/7.
I had the strawberry and it was absolutely fantastic. So food in the village. Not only can you go out for dinner, but as Chef R and I just showed, is that you can also have these really great boxes that you can purchase from you.
Absolutely. So we have the boxes that you bring into your room for the village suites that still want their at-home dining. They don't quite feel comfortable enough to go into the restaurants. But then the best thing we have are these picnic baskets. So you can pick them up at the Pottery, and there's a few different options. If you just want a little snack, or if you're like me and love the charcuterie, then you get the bigger one. And you can actually take it, and they're in cooler bags. So you can hike it up the hill and have picnics across the mountains, so that you get to sit with your family and enjoy this view.
This is, like I said, and in a normal situation where we were filming earlier with Chef R, is that you have a lot of weddings at this as well.
Yes, that's our primary wedding site, and we will host, I'd say, 2 to 3 weddings a weekend. People just love it.
That's fantastic. So, speaking of the Pottery, just kind of working with the Culinary Tourism Alliance, is that they also have designated the Pottery as Feast On.
Yes.
So it's just buying local and just kind of reiterating the fact that you support the people in your backyard.
Absolutely. Local is important to us. We do a ton of community outreach. All of our events normally have some sort of community element to them. Like this year, for example, everyone missed their grad, right? Everyone was super disappointed. So we opened up the gondola and we called it Gradola. So all of the grads who signed up and they got to ride up here. We got their professional photos with them in their cap and gowns on the gondola with the $1 million view. So, you know, things like that just to support the community, remind them we're here, remind them we're here for them is our main cause.
The other part to this is you also have the condos that people can rent. How many of those do you have in the village?
Ooh, that's a tough question. We have probably 400 roommates, 400 or more than that. But we have 4 different village condos, different buildings, and then we have the West Inn and we have the Blue Mountain Inn. So there's a ton of lodging as well as our resort homes.
So you don't have to, if you're concerned about that, you also have the resort homes, you know, and everybody's under the you know, what the government has mandated. So.
Absolutely. We are following public health guidelines to a T.
This is absolutely cool.
Yeah.
So, and if they want some restaurants, what's your favorite restaurant? Now I know this is putting you on the spot.
Ooh.
It's putting on the spot, but you know, I have a crew that's hungry tonight, and I might have to take them for dinner.
All right, favorite restaurant. I like dishes at different places. So like Jozo's, you cannot beat the nachos. That is my favorite.
Jozo's for nachos.
And then you have Northwind's Brew Pub in the village, and that has some fantastic locally brewed beer.
Northwind's, okay.
Duck fat fries there are also fantastic. Copper Blues in the village has a wonderful patio. Normally live music is going on. Their surf and turf is the best.
Okay, surf and turf.
Yep.
Copper Blue.
Yep,
right?
Copper Blues.
Yep.
Then, you know, there's Twist Martini. Get the Green Dragon. You won't regret it.
You must have seen the show.
Oh, have you done the Green Dragon?
No, I haven't done the Green Dragon yet, but when we were in Owen Sound just recently, had one of the chef's mojitos.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, highly encourage those.
Okay, Green Dragon.
Dragon, yep.
Okay, so we got the spots.
Yep.
We got this.
Yep.
Ready to go.
Highly encourage a little patio hopping or après to go, right?
And there's a new ride here, well, since I've been here in the summer.
Okay.
Because, you know, we were talking off camera that there used to be a slide ride here. And I have the burn marks to prove it.
Yes, the great slide ride, everyone's favorite. I wish it was still here, but like I get it, liability standpoint. We had people flying off the ride. They would get, you know, road rash, but everyone used to wear those with pride. They're like, oh yeah, slide ride 87, right? Like it was a thing of pride. So to replace that, we have our Ridge Runner mountain coaster. It goes up to 42 kilometers an hour. So
how fast?
Up to 42 kilometers. So you still get the speed.
Okay.
So you can go full out, like no brakes the whole way, which was how I like to go. But then there's some other people that, you know, thrill isn't quite the same level, so they just meander down and have a good time, and it's for everybody, and it's one of our most popular attractions here.
And is it still open now?
Yes, it is.
Should we get going over there?
We definitely should.
Okay, let's get going.
Awesome.
So I've eaten ice cream.
Yep.
I rode down the gondola.
Yep.
I went on the Ridge Runner.
Ridge Runner mountain coaster, you sure did.
That was cool. Okay, so if you get the chance when you come up here to Blue, you want to take that coaster. Like that was fantastic. And underneath, I saw the people walking, but you have goats here.
We do. We have Lottie Ice Cream and Scoops. They're environmentally friendly lawnmowers.
Yep.
So they keep all the grass in the woodlot nice and short.
That's right.
And the bottom of the woodlot is their own course. So from time to time, you'll see them walking up the ramps, across the snowboards down. Because I mean, we like ropes, they like ropes.
Wow. So back behind me here.
Yes, we have the Mill Pond Activity Center. So as you can see, we have some paddle boats. Then we've got some really big 3-wheeled tricycles.
Right. That looks like a lot of work.
It is a good leg workout, but it's lots of fun. Those are new to the Mill Pond this year. So
Hold on. Good leg workout is a lot of fun. Okay.
We're the type of people here that like to climb up the mountain. So
Okay,
you
you're
came
right,
down the
you're right,
gondola,
you're right.
we normally hike up the mountain because we
Okay.
have over 25 kilometers of trail system that you can use as well.
Wow.
So like strong legs
Yep.
are good at Blue.
Okay, and we passed through. I just love how you guys have made it so safe here for your guests. You know, all the arrows, lots of room between everybody. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, we really took an approach to make sure that when guests come here, they feel safe and it's easy to navigate. So as you see through the village, like you mentioned, there are chevrons painted everywhere so that you go in the right lane, so that when you're passing, there's proper distance between you, as well as through all the lift lines, we have the circles, everything, so that you never have to worry.
Fantastic. Melissa, your team and you and Chef R have been absolutely fantastic hosts to an amazing property. It's 4 seasons, folks. Come up to Blue. Not only is it great skiing, it's great here in the off seasons, and we didn't even mention golf.
No, we didn't. And we have a beautiful 18-hole golf course that you can enjoy.
Hey, till next time, I'm Chef D.
Yo, check this out.